Good morning, you guys. We stayed in a Cracker Barrel parking lot last night, and this morning we made breakfast with some leftovers we had from breakfast yesterday at Cracker Barrel. Mixed it with some of our own potatoes and eggs. Now we've been getting ready, and we're gonna head into Denver and do some sightseeing. You ready, Steve?
Let's do it.
Welcome to Denver traffic. Welcome to downtown Denver. Any guesses to where we're heading this morning? A little clue. We're in Denver. What is Denver? Denver, maybe the capital of Colorado? We're gonna go to the Capitol building. So we found a place to park back there. One strike against Denver in Colorado, I guess, is that you have to pay to park at the state capitol. Everywhere else we've been so far, when we've done the tour, there's always been some free parking right around the Capitol building. So that's kind of a bummer. But I think we can probably afford the $2 and get over it. The Colorado State Capitol building was constructed in the 1890s with a design, like several other state capitals, intentionally reminiscent of the United States Capitol in Washington. Its exterior is constructed of Colorado white granite and topped with a distinctive gold dome. The dome is covered in copper panels that are gilded with gold leaf from a Colorado mine, added in 1908 to commemorate the Colorado Gold Rush. Just like the other Capitol buildings we have visited so far, we found this building to be incredibly beautiful. The inside of the building is adorned with what is believed to be the entire known supply of Colorado rose onyx, a rare rose marble from a quarry near Beulah, Colorado. White marble from quarries near Marble, Colorado, was also used throughout the building for the floors. The neat thing about visiting all these different state capitol buildings is how different they all are. And they're all really gorgeous. And it's fun that you can just walk around and explore and poke around and find kind of fun things. Now we're going to go up to the next level. Let's see where Steve got to. I bet he's at the Senate. There he is.
I think Audra should run for the Senate of Colorado. They like to keep it a little bit cooler here on the House of Representatives side. For some reason.
It has been really toasty in the rest of the place.
So we're gonna go check out Mr. Brown's attic and dome.
Let's go see Mr. Brown's attic.
Looks like we made it.
To the attic. The attic has been turned into an interesting museum for visitors. I'll admit I'm not one to read a lot of things at museums. There were a few fun facts that we learned, but the main point of interest for us was being able to see the unique view of the Capitol's infrastructure through windows that provided a peek at the dome and rafters. Oh, you can see the outside of the dome. It's kind of wild.
So apparently we're on the third floor. We're going to check the elevator to see if we can get any higher.
We're going to go over here. Does it only go down?
Yes, it only goes down.
Boo. We can't actually see the real dome. Bummer. So at the other Capitol buildings, we could get a lot higher and see more of the dome. We can't hear. Bummer, but that's okay. It was still fun to check everything out.
All right, time's come to go outside and see if we can find this mile-high marker.
This marker here on the 13th step, they decided that was the mile high in the early 2000s. So we got, somewhere in here is a mile high, but yes.
So Denver's claim to fame with their capital is that they call themselves the Mile High Capital. Those little markers mark where the mile high is above sea level. Although there's some controversy, there's been 3 different measurements, one of which they say is now the correct marker, but the 2 before they say we're not actually at a mile high. So there's actually 3 markers.
Your destination is on the right.
I'm doing some research, found out that there's this blue bear back there looking in the window of the convention center, so I just wanted to quick grab a couple pictures and video. Steve parked over here in the taxi parking area, so I'm in a hurry back. We got to see him, and now we got to keep moving. Time to get back on the road and keep going.
How was the big blue bear?
He's fun. Isn't that cool? Peeking in the convention center windows. Well, we just spent several hours at the library. Once again, it was very frustrating. We keep thinking that the problems we've been having with my 3rd computer are fixed. We had narrowed it down thinking that the issue was the power cord or the battery. So we tested that out. We switched the battery. The weird thing is I was able to use it for what, like an hour or something?
Yep, kind of built up our hopes a little bit, only to come crashing down.
Yeah, so basically the problem we're having right now is the computer just keeps shutting down for no obvious reason. We think there's a pattern, and then we realize there's not. So anyway, that was fun. We're just trying to
Limp along,
yeah,
like we have for the past couple months now.
yep. So I'm trying to not allow myself to get too stressed out and keep things in perspective and realize it's not the end of the world, even though it's stressful. So earlier, we enjoyed our little bit of time downtown Denver, but I would say neither of us are really city fans. I think there's some cities we have found that we like, but Denver is probably not one of them. It's not at the top of our list, although we didn't spend a lot of time there, but just because we'd rather be out in nature, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go in search of some more wildlife.
In a quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
All right, we are in the Rocky Mountain Arsenal National Wildlife Refuge, and we're seeing what kind of wildlife we can see.
So we're just looking at the signs to see what's what, and I see a sign right here. It says start of wildlife drive. We read that there's this wildlife drive that's about 45 minutes long to get around, and we should see some wildlife. Already driving in before we got in here, we saw a lot of prairie dogs, and there's supposed to be prairie dogs in here. So we're excited about that because Steve and I both love prairie dogs. They're so cute. And if we don't see them in here, we know we can just go back outside this area and see them in the big field that we drove past. Well, we were just wondering if this was going to be a flop, and we spotted a deer, or Steve did. So there's that. Look, there he is. Cute little deer. According to what I read online, some of the animals we could see might include bison, wolves, deer, which we were able to check off the list, and the prairie dogs, and I guess other things too. Oh, look at them! We found prairie dogs and they're all over. Look how cute they are. Oh, I love them. Hi, guys. Look at these guys. They're all over. It's like a little prairie dog concert. So that the cutest sound? These little guys are the cutest thing ever. This is awesome. Good morning, you guys, from Cracker Barrel. A little bit of a chilly morning. We're having some breakfast in the van. It's breakfast time, right, kitty? What? You here for breakfast? Are you ready for breakfast? On the menu for me this morning is some yogurt with granola, and I had some frozen peaches I cut up and a couple of strawberries I had left. And let's see what Steve's having. What are you having over here, Steve?
Me Lucky Charms.
Oh my goodness, breakfast of champions. Well, we're just slowly creeping along in traffic this morning, going into Denver. Guess where we're going this morning? You want to tell them?
Candy Factory.
I think Steve's very excited about this one. Especially after having his Lucky Charms this morning. I think it's a sugar kind of day. Ready to go see some candy being made?
Let's go.
Pretty soon, you will understand why Hammond's Candies is so special, as history is being made right before your eyes. Before heading inside to see it for yourself, we wanted to give you a sweet trip back.
Pictures are also allowed. We do not clear no flash. Yes, we do not find anyone back here. And how these machines do plug in the colors. As the candy is getting cold on those 3 cones, more air will get mixed into those cooling tables. Our cook team adds a recycle them to build the jacket or the outside layer of candy. As the cooks are building their jacket, it will take quite a bit of cutting, stretching, and flipping that candy around. That is there just to help keep the candy heated at 220 degrees. We have the flavor in during that candy cooling process, just because it will evenly distribute that flavor inside our candy. Out of it, just all that hard candy that the end is complete, and there's nothing more that they can do for it. The cook will then place their core inside the jacket, wrap it up nice and neat to make sure none of that core is poking through. Our chocolate dip peppermint stir sticks for Williams Sonoma. An employee is going to one by one take those peppermint sticks on our right hand side here, and this is going to be our chocolate line. We do not use it all the time just because we do focus more on the hard candy here. But right now,
Look what they gave us as a sample.
Sugar, anyone?
Gummy bacon.
Yum.
Well, I think I found my competition.
Here's one of their most popular candies, the Vanilla Mitchell Sweet.
cute little goodies. So we'll decide which one we're gonna try.
I think we should try some of the samples they gave us in this Mitchell Sweets. It's one of their more popular candies there. It's over like 100-year-old recipe. So it's marshmallow covered with caramel. That's pretty sticky.
What do you think? How's it taste?
It's not what I was expecting. I'm not the biggest caramel fan, and it tastes a little different from marshmallow, but it's very sweet. Here, see what you think.
See, I'm not a big marshmallow fan, but I do like caramel.
Notice we say it different. What do you think?
It's chewy.
Yeah, isn't it? Probably like the taffy. You got a bunch of chewy stuff. You like it?
Yeah. Again, I'm not a huge marshmallow fan, but caramel
It's got a different consistency for marshmallow too.
sold it.
And this is what we saw them packaging. I guess it's like a candy cane with chocolate on the outside. I'm not sure how you're supposed to eat them. I like that.
You like it?
Because I like mint and I like chocolate. That's nice.
Oh yeah. That was a fun little tour. What I liked most about it, with everything being so automated nowadays, it's kind of cool to see something being handmade by a bunch of people. So that's cool. It tastes good.
So this morning, we're killing two birds with one stone. We're gonna go to the Denver Botanic Gardens, and we're gonna go to the library that they have here and do some work. Win-win. The Denver Botanic Gardens at York Street is a 23-acre urban garden featuring a wide range of gardens and collections. This tropical conservatory is one of the world's most unique displays of exotic plants from tropical and subtropic regions. So Steve and I did a little bit of work in the library while my computer's working, which is only about a half an hour. I've been using his computer so much, it works out perfectly to be here at the gardens because he can work at the library here and he doesn't have to come see the gardens with me, and I can walk around for a little bit while he's working. So couldn't work out more perfectly. The Gardens of the West section features 18 arid gardens that showcase plants that thrive in Colorado's climate. As a lot of you know, I've been to a lot of botanical gardens. This one's absolutely phenomenal. Definitely one of my favorites. I would say it's right up there with Longwood Gardens in Pennsylvania. Two of my favorites so far. Now look at this. There's the Japanese garden. Wow. Wow, they have so many water gardens here. So beautiful. Well, I definitely didn't get to see everything here, but I did see a lot of beauty. Now it's time for me to head back to the library before it closes, try to get a little bit more work done, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with the rest of our day. I guess I'm pretty predictable. My favorite things today were all the butterflies and flowers and bees. I also like the Japanese garden. And in the tropical area in the conservatory. It was so loud in there I couldn't talk, but it's nice to have a little reminder of Florida when we're on the road.
This is how dedicated Audra is to her clients. This particular coffee shop closed at 5 p.m., so she has set up shop right outside the coffee shop where she still has some Wi-Fi. That's dedication.
After closing down the library and then the coffee shop next door, we decided to look for a park. So we found one here in the city. We're gonna make some dinner. But first, burning question. Steve, what'd you think of the botanical garden today?
It was awesome because I didn't have to go in. I just stayed in the library working. That's not true. I did take maybe 10-minute stroll into the conservatory with Mr. Plum and the lead pipe. Just kidding. Mr. Plum wasn't with me.
Just the lead pipe.
It was pretty cool what I could see of it. They had this huge kind of fake tree, although it was under construction. It was kind of cool to see.
There was an elevator in that tree. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
And when it's not under construction, there's stairs that go up on the outside and you can go up high and see cool plants. That's why there's a fake tree in the center.
So that was probably one of the higher ranking libraries we were at, though I didn't get to spend much time in the gardens.
Higher ranking library or garden?
The whole complex was pretty unique.
Yeah, that was something definitely different. We've never been to a botanical garden that I know of that's had a library, so that was kind of like the best of both worlds, for sure. Especially since we're sharing a laptop right now, pretty much. Worked out pretty well. Alright, so it's time for dinner. Steve actually made dinner tonight. We try to share roles, although I think he probably does the majority of the cooking. While he was cooking, I did research, so that's pretty much what happens every night. We have to figure out what we're doing the next day, or the next few days. We have a bunch of vague ideas, or loose ideas, and then we have to figure out the logistics of what's closest and what makes sense to do when. So that's what I've been working on. Tonight is our last night in Denver. We're gonna start heading south a little bit after this.
All right, well, hope you've enjoyed traveling along with us here in the great state of Colorado. We've enjoyed our time so far. Thanks again for watching. We appreciate it. We love hearing from you, so drop us a comment below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. Anything else? Tell your friends. Until we see you again, thanks for watching. See ya.